That is who the versatile lady pharmacists gathered here this afternoon are. So a round of applause to all the stronger and stronger women in the room and online as well. Thank you very much for coming. I'm excited to partner with Lapag. This conversation has been going on since last year or even more. We really wanted to have a relationship with you. So we open an account with you, we do business with you. And the ultimate idea is to help all of us have a mutual relationship and to help you grow your businesses, elevate your businesses from one level to another. So EcoBank, knowing the importance women play in society, has created a desk specifically for women-owned, women-focused businesses like yourselves. And so what we are doing with our women-owned, women-focused business, we call them Elevate customers, is to partner with them to give them financial and non-financial support. We have 4 categories of businesses that qualify to be an Elevate customer. So the first one is businesses that are owned by women. So we all here gathered, if we have businesses or if we decide to open our own pharmacy shops, then we will qualify to be under the Elevate initiative. If it's even jointly owned, so if you decide to go into partnership with your husband, a male partner, but because probably you would have 51% as majority shareholders, you will also qualify to be under the Elevate initiative. Again, it could be a male-owned business, but once it's being managed by a woman, it could qualify to be under the Elevate initiative. It could also be a hospital, an institution where we have 30% or more as female employees. So that also qualifies to be under the Elevate initiative. And then the last one is companies producing or manufacturing for women. So we versatile ladies probably would have a shop that is into clothing, female accessories, or probably it's your husband's shop, but they are into female items, sanitary parts. You qualify to be under the Elevate initiative. So it is broader than we think. It is not only women owned, but managed by women, 30% or more as female employees, companies producing or manufacturing for women, they all qualify to be under the Elevate initiative. So let us go out there and spread the gospel, spread the good news to our aunties and brothers out there to come on board. What we are given to our Elevate customers is various products that comes with affordable pricing. So we reduce our interest rates for our Elevate customers when they need any form of financial support. And that is good news. I thought I was going to get a round of applause for EcoBank. I have my colleague here who will throw more light into the health sector, your needs. And so we are saying that once you have a business, a registered entity, do bring the registered documents, your national ID, which now is the Ghana card, 2 passport pictures, utility bill, which does not even have to be in your name, so light bill or water bill, and then we will be able to open an account for you. The good news is, even if you have not formally registered your business yet, but probably you've started an online business, and so you have a tax receipt or a business operating, you can bring that with your Ghana card, and then we will open the account for you in your personal name, though it is a business account. So this is how low we want to go so we can have everybody, financial inclusion for everyone gathered here and even those online as well. So if you are thinking of setting up a business, or probably you are already in a business, but you've not even formalized it yet, registered with the Registrar General, but you have an operating permit, or even if you don't, operating permits are issued in a day. So you can see your local assembly, municipal assembly, they can issue you with the operating permit, and then you can submit that for us to open a business account for you, which will qualify you to have financial support. So we have various forms of financial support. I want to talk about that. And my colleague Fred will go into that. So if you want to buy assets, if you have a contract, if you want to buy more stocks to stock up the pharmacy, we have all that. I will let Fred go into that and then I'll come and sum it up. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Like Loretta just said, EcoBank, we are here to support you. And it is interesting to see an aggregation, a conglomeration of women like this. I enjoy it because I live with 6 women. Exactly. So I'm very used to women. Exactly. It's nice meeting you and having the opportunity to introduce you to some of the EcoBank financial and non-financial solutions that would help elevate your businesses to the next level. I'm very sure you are very much aware of some of the products that we do have, the account services, we do have the regular current accounts, both in CD and in foreign. And in foreign, there are 2 categories I quickly have to explain. We have the forest and the foreign. The difference between these 2 is that with the forest, you must have earned the particular foreign currency in Ghana and paid into your account. Then the foreign is coming in from abroad. But we generally do say forest account, but there is a distinction. The other distinction between these 2 accounts is that with the forest account, you do not pay charges regarding the operation of the accounts. And with the foreign account, you only pay charges, which is about 3% on the amount you are withdrawing in foreign currency. Should you decide to withdraw and get the CD equivalent of same, you do not pay any charge. Then the other benefit of it is that should you want to remit that funds back abroad, you do not need to justify why you are sending that money abroad. Don't provide any documentation regarding that. But for the forest, yes, you can send it abroad, but you should tell the governor why you are sending Ghana's money abroad so that we don't worsen the situation we do have for ourselves. Then we do have a lot of collections and payment solutions for you to manage your businesses. Thankfully, you know too much than I do. I work with finances and you work with health. COVID has come to change a lot of things, and we are gradually moving away from brick and mortar branches to virtual and electronic branches here to be able to satisfy same reasons. So we are trying to move away from the paper currency to digital currencies where you could sell and make payments and receive as well through multiple channels that EcoBank makes available for you. And the beauty about it is that most of these channels are free and come to you at no cost, where you could easily pay your suppliers of your medical products, equipment, laboratory, chemical, whichever your area of operation is. You could either make payment to your suppliers, pay your salary, staff salary, pay your utility bills without having to write a check. Indeed, gradually check writing is becoming a thing of the past. For the last 5 years now, that's from 2016 to date, I have not written a check, and yet I make payments. And for businesses like you who do multiple payments per day, our platforms and cash management solutions are perfect examples and medium for you to be able to make payments seamlessly to your suppliers, pay your staff, and all other payables easily. In the same manner, you have the multiple channels through point of sale terminals, the QR codes. EcoBank, we also have our multiple channel where we have the unified QR code and the telcos. So irrespective of whichever telco you are doing your mobile money business with, it goes straight into your account. and we operate with all the telcos and the noticeable fintechs that are in the country. Beyond this, we know businesses need to grow, and there are two basic ways of growing your business, basically. It's either through your own resources, which we often call equity, that is your savings you've built from time over time, from the profit of your operation, which you are reinvesting, or taking up a debt, borrowing from a financial institution. Both are good ways of growing or upscaling, but one grows faster than the other. If you would want to wait till end of the year, you do all your accounts and see if you made profit and plow that back. That is, you are growing organically with your own resources. But if you need to scale up and grow faster to meet the needs of your cherished customers, then you might need the services of a bank. And this is where we come in very handy to provide you the various financial solutions, beginning from working capital. With working capital, yes, you need to buy stocks. If you are a trading concern, as far as your pharmacy business is concerned, you may need to pay for utilities, pay salaries, you need overdraft or a short-term loan. And we provide this seamlessly to help you arrange for payments that are due within short time. And these expenses are for within 12 calendar months. There are instances you might need to spend on projects, expansion that you will have to repay over a period of more than 12 months. That is where we will need a medium-term loan. For instance, if you are buying any asset that is going to last for more than 12 months, then you don't need a short-term loan and or overdraft. You need a medium-term loan. So if, for instance, business is booming and you are acquiring a new shop, the rental payment comes easily under this. If you are building it yourself, it doesn't have to be your working capital, which you will need to buy the stocks for trading. Leave that one and talk to us so that we can provide you a medium-term financing to be able to either acquire new gadgets. It could be laptops, office furniture, whatever, rent payment, or acquisition of additional shop. Or if it's a factory, exactly, you need those ones. I know some of you also do supplies to clinics, pharmaceutical manufacturing firms, laboratories, what have you. You may supply and your employer who is buying from you may not be ready to pay you, which means there's a gap between the time you supply and the time you'll be paid. That's what we call a receivable. And whilst waiting for this, business must go on. So instead of waiting for a month or 2 or 3 to be paid, you could make your invoice available to us. We look at it and we look at who you worked for and be able to advance monies to you, which is a fraction of the invoice value for you to be able to go ahead to carry on your business. And we will wait upon your employer to pay you and we reimburse ourselves. So if you do have LPOs also for supplies, this time you haven't supplied already. You need the resources, that's the financing, to be able to buy the stocks before you go and supply. We are also ready to be able to provide you working capital to finance such purchase orders to be able to make deliveries to the employer who you work with. We do also make available for other non-financial solutions. Typical example is what we are doing here. We do train you in basic bookkeeping, financing, and banking to enable you understand better how to manage your finances very well. And where the training is such that we do not even have the internal resources to do, we team up with our consulting partners and make available such training for you as long as we perceive it as beneficial to help you grow your businesses. So we are in with you and we want to help you grow your business. and we are able to provide you with the various solutions, which are either payment and collections or helping you advance finances in the form of overdrafts, short-term loans, medium-term loans, especially in the areas of expansion and acquisition of fixed assets to be able to do your business. I think I would briefly end here, and if you should have any question and or clarification, please draw my attention and I'll try to do same for you. Thank you.
Thank you. So in sum, we are saying that with EcoBank, we are available to be the partner of your choice, to give you financial and non-financial support. Fred has mentioned about the various supports that we can give financially: working capital, asset financing, contract financing, receivable financing, and even if you want to buy more stocks, inventory financing. We also have a product we call Electronic Merchants Cash Advance. It's a type of overdraft, but it's short term. And so assuming you anticipate increase in sale, and so you want quick money to buy more stocks, because when we open an account for you, we sign you up onto our digital products, the GHQR, which works just like Momo. So the person scans your code. Colorbox has it. Colorbox, can we see your GHQR? So once I scan, it's even available on USSD. So I can dial *770#, dial that number. It debits me, it credits you instantly. So at your pharmacy shops, we encourage that we set you up. You use the GHQR codes to receive payments. Once your money passes through your account, and because the bank is able to assess that Ventax pharmacy shop, in a month, they're able to make sales of, say, 10,000 cedis, I can conveniently give you a short-term overdraft, 30-day overdraft of the 50% of your monthly turnover. So you make 10,000 cedis in sales, for example, I can comfortably give you 5,000 cedis as overdraft on your account without we asking for any form of collateral. So it's collateral free. We don't even charge interest on the overdraft that we'll give you, because it's short term. You only pay 3% as fees upfront. So 10,000 I'm availing to you, you pay 300 Ghana cedis for the whole month. At the end of the 30th day, you pay us back. If you need it again, we avail it to you. So all these are some of the supports we want to give you. We also have digital products that we give to give you expanded markets. So on our Digi store, we can onboard you, so you display your brand and your shop on that store. And it's available and accessible to all our 33 African countries. And so it is a way of we promoting your brand or business. We also have Google My Business, where we can also set you up, and the setup cost is free. We have waived all that for you. Once you also decide to say that I am going to use your digital products to make payments, Fred talk about it, internet banking transfers or OmniLights, how we call it, to make payments to your suppliers. And then you encourage your customers also to pay you through the digital channel, the GHQR that we give you, and the POS that will set it up for you. Because you are doing that, we will be able to really market you, show you across the world. So together we grow. So somebody said the best time to have opened or to plant an oak tree was 20 years ago, but the next best time is now. So I will say that the best time to have opened an account was probably when you were in school reading pharmacy, but the next best time is today, as you've heard about it. So we have account opening forms available. We will, if you are ready, you can just show your hand, we will distribute them, we'll take your contact. The good thing is you can bring it here, or you can send it to any branch that is closer to you. And once you walk in, you just let them know that you are opening an account. So with we call something Digi account. if you decide to sign on onto the digital channels that I've mentioned, we open a Digi account for you, and that does not come with even monthly charges. So we waive the monthly charges for you. So I'm thinking that somebody might say, oh, I'm already with this bank, or I'm with Bank B. If you decide to open a Digi account today, it comes at no cost to you. So you don't stand to lose anything. It's an added benefit. And then you stand to gain all the other services and products that we've talked about. I know we have a long evening ahead of us. I'll pause for questions or clarifications, if any, so that we can take the decision and relationship starting from today. Thank you very much. So for our online members, you can type your question in the chat box, or we can even help or mute you so you ask your questions directly. So any question, we have 3 minutes, we can. MC, can we send the other microphone across? Any question, clarification, please? Yes.
Hello, so you mentioned reduced interest rates. How reduced, how much?
So we reduce our interest rate for our Elevate customers between 0.5 to 2% lower than the prevailing market price. We all know per annum, yes. We all know now interest rates are not, it's not static. It goes up, it comes down. So currently we borrow between 28 to 29% per annum. So for our Elevate customer, depending on your risk, you know, startups, they have higher risk, but if matured businesses, their risk is a bit lower. So we can reduce it between 0.5 to 2% lower. So if everybody is at 29, it means that we can reduce it up to say 27% per annum. You understand? Yeah. Okay, there is a hand.
Okay, thank you very much. And thanks to EcoBank for the support to the association. I just wanted to find out if you already have an existing EcoBank account, you know, business is owned by a woman, everything. How do you transition from the ordinary account to an Elevate account?
That's a very good question. So if you already have a business account running and you fall into any of the 4 categories I earlier mentioned, it means that you're already an Elevate customer. All you need to do is to just prompt your branch to say that I've heard about Elevate and they know what to do. I will give my number out to, so from here we can just communicate and then we take it from there. But if you already have a business account with EcoBank, you do not need to open a new one. But if you have a personal account, Elevate is not for personal businesses or personal accounts, salaried accounts, no. It is for businesses. So you then need to open a business account with us so that you can enjoy the benefits that the Elevate initiative seeks to offer. Okay. Yes.
So I wanted to find out how soon after opening the account does a business qualify to like apply for overdrafts or loans or help?
Okay. Fred wants to take that.
If you are not a startup, the presumption is that you must be operating with another bank and therefore you have a history. So we rely on your history with the bank which you are dealing with to take a decision as to how we'll be able to help you. So you don't need to wait for a period of operation with us unless you are now starting the business afresh where you have no history. Exactly. But if you are operating and you are with another bank, we would like you to share with us your bank statements, at least for the last 6 months, with the bank that you are doing business with, and based on that, we'll be able to evaluate and know the kind of support and help we need to give you. So you don't need to operate with us for a long period. If you are a startup, then we would encourage you to go through the elevate approach of trying to transact digitally so that is easier, because for startups, the requirements, you might not be able to meet a couple of them, but with the elevate, with the digging product, which we use your electronic transactions, we don't require from you any collateral. We look how much of your total sales have come in through digitally and be able to lend to you up to 50% of the rate to be repaid over a period.
So in sum, what we always say is that we want businesses to show evidence of repayments or cash flows. So in a bank, it is not, oh, I have a land, I'm coming to use it as a security to take a loan. You know, we are not land sellers. We are into business just like you are. All we want you to show us is, I can pay the money or the loan that you are giving me back. And that is how come we say that if you are a startup, for example, operate for us to see on the average how month you generate. And that's how come we're required to say operate it between 3 to 6 months, so that we can calculate and know that on the average you earn or you are able to generate, say, 10,000 cedis as your cash. Then comfortably, we know when we give you a facility, you'll be able to pay from the 10,000 monthly incomes that you are making. So it is for us to be able to assess your cash flows. And that is how come we say that if you are already with another bank, then bring your 6-month statement so that we can use that to calculate the average monthly incomes that you. So that's the whole idea. It is not for us to just say, we want you to wait because you are new to us, but it is for us to determine your ability to repay the facilities that we'll give you. Thank you. The only gentleman among us wants to say something, please.
Just unfortunate, but I'm tempted to say something. Okay, thank you. I just want to draw attention to the fact that the Parent Society of Lapag has accounts with EcoBank. And secondly, we have a relationship manager here. So if you think of facilities or you want to give something to our members, just have that at the back of your mind that there's a Parent Society has good accounts. We have a lot of investment with EcoBank as well. So just factor that into, and we're looking forward to a situation. We're also looking forward to a situation where you could actually help the startup for pharmacists to own their pharmacies. And we've had discussions with a number of institutions. So based on that, maybe you need to repackage how you can help a number of pharmacists who want to set up their own community pharmacies to do so through.
So this is a good conversation we can start with. So with the Parent Association, you can even decide to say you want to borrow and then on-lend to your members. You see, so it's a conversation we can take up from here. It's good to know. And I'm excited to know.
Hello. When the man was speaking, he kept on talking about like digitally. My area, if I open a pharmacy, most of them will pay cash. So what if I'm paying the cash into the account, but not through the digital means? Is that still okay?
That is still, yes, but you know, change is gradual. And that is what the versatile lady pharmacist, seeks to aim to do. We need to preach change to that our community where we are in. Most people now have mobile phones. We are not saying that drive them away when they bring cash. So yes, today I have come, I'm buying paracetamol. You take my cash, but then you let me know that you have other digital channels that I can make my payments. And this is how the GHQR code is. It's a barcode, and I can just use my phone, okay, scan. Your name will pop up, Colorbox Cosmetics. So once I put in the amount, 10 cedis, it will debit me and credit you instantly. It works just like Momo. And we are saying that we have even provided a USSD version. So in that's your community, that person is using YAM phone, but he's able to send mobile money. So she just dial star 770 hash, dial the 6-digit numbers that we have on this code. Same process. It debits the customer, it credits you, and you will get alert to say that Loretta has paid 10 cedis for the paracetamol she's buying before you supply me the item. So yes, they might come with cash today, but encourage them. Let us be change agents in our communities where we find ourselves, so that at the end of the day, you will not have to still count monies and come and walk into a bank and join queues and deposit your monies. Because I've scanned and the monies are already, and this one, it doesn't sit on your phone wallet. It is linked to your bank account. And it makes it so easy. At the end of the day, it even helps you. So you know, because you know the 10 cedis, the 5 cedis, you take them and you are tempted to spend. Oh, buffalo seller, oh, let me buy some. Before you realize at the end of the day, you can't even balance your sales. But once it is in your account, then you know you can account for sales that you have actually done in the day and in the month. So let's encourage it. But even if it is cash, yes, take them and then deposit it into the account. Okay, we all know that it's a process that we are going through, and gradually we'll get there. Yes. The good news is that the QR code does not attract e-levy. So no, it does not. And the setup cost, like I said from the beginning, is free. So once we open an account for you, today we just generate this code for you. And it gives your customers even option. Assuming that I walked into the shop, I had 20 cedis on me. But then I come and I see that, oh, this particular product, I've been looking for it ever. And now I've seen it in your shop, but I don't have cash on me. But you have this. I just scan it. So what are you doing? You are increasing your sales. So give customers the options to pay you. Any other online members? Are there any questions in the chat box?
Yes, Loretta.
So can we read them so we address them?
Yeah, there are 2 questions. Can you hear me, please? Loretta, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay, so Farm Dr. Justice Dogbe, thank you very much. We appreciate the male counterparts who have joined in. He wants to know what went into the 6-month income flow for assessing the viability of a pharmacy business. And he's asking because there is always a vegetation period for pharmacies, for example, between 12 to 24 months when they open. So he wants to know why 6 months. And then the second one, also from our male listener, online participants, wants to know, apart from looking at the history of proving credit worthiness over a period of time, is there any other way to prove credit worthiness to access the packages that Elevate has?
I'll let Fred answer the first part and then.
All right. We need a history that if you are not a startup, and to be able to determine trends and know the trajectory which the business is going, a sort of a history is required. So if you can provide more than 6 months statement, given that you've been in existence for more than 6 months, the better is it, the more information we have. So it's not limited to just 6 months. If you have been in operation for 2 years, we can still have a look at all your 2 years bank statements and operation and be able to exactly base our decision on such information and make a credit decision. Okay, sorry, can I hear you on the second question again so that I can
Fred.
Try to?
So the second question is saying that apart from looking at the cash flow as proving the person's credit worthiness, is there any other means that you can use to prove credit worthiness? Maybe a collateral or something of that sort, other than the cash flow?
Okay. Your creditworthiness is determined only when you have borrowed or obtained things on credit before. If you have not, then it means you have no credit history. But there are ways we can also look at it. Apart from borrowing, you could have also received goods on credit from a supplier. And we do what we call trade checks. So if you should tell us your supplier is, say, maybe for lack of NS chemist, we would talk to an chemist and get information about how well timely you have repaid goods supplied to you on credit, and that should be able to inform us how creditworthy you are. And there are instances you may also not have that credit history. For instance, if you are given an LPO to supply to a clinic, a hospital, or buy particular equipment for supplies, sometimes you may not necessarily need any history to be able to do that because the goods are on the shelf, you are buying for delivery, and you may not necessarily need to have any credit history to determine your credit worthiness. The collateral is a fallback in as much as we expect you to be creditworthy and abide by your covenants with us so that you wouldn't default. Things often do not go the way they do. So should they fail in an unlikely event, that is when we talk about the collateral issue. So having the collateral alone is not enough for us to be able to extend credit to you, but it might prove that there's market, there's a need for what you need the money for to be able to access the credit. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you very much.
Famna. Thank you. Any more? Famna, are there any more questions?
No, Loretta.
Or
It is good to
clarification?
see you. There are no other questions.
Thank you very much. I know you've been instrumental in getting this meeting done. Thank you. Any more? Otherwise, we'll bring our discussion to an end. Like I said, we have forms available. Kindly pick them up. Can I see those who are ready and have decided to open an account with us today? Okay. You have accounts already. Good to know. But we will take the details so that we can tag you as Elevate customers from here. So we'll share the forms, walk to any branch. My name is Loretta, and my telephone number is 0244 460 233. 0244 460 233. So walk to any branch for assistance. If you are not getting the support, do call me. I'll talk to someone in the branch to give you the needed support. So those online, I pray that you got my number. Keep it if you need any support to help you open the account and for us to do businesses from there. The whole idea is to partner with you so together we can elevate our businesses from one level to another. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much, EcoBank, for the presentation. So before we continue, we have a very important personality. Our only male associate member of Lapag. So he is the president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. We have Farm Samuel Kodonko in our midst. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's welcome him. So there are some other people in our midst, but as time goes on, we'll make them known to you. Okay. So now we'll move on to the DIY session. Okay. So we'll have our very first facilitator, and Fam Nana, my co-MC online, will introduce her. So let's listen to her.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Esanam. Thank you, Mr. President, for joining Lapag. Our very first facilitator is going to equip us with do-it-yourself skills that would make us that versatile lady pharmacist we seek to be. She's a young lady pharmacist and currently works with Pfizer as a medical rep. Pfizer is one of the leading pharmaceutical companies globally. She's result-driven, assertive, committed to creating timeless looks for discerning, bold, and beautiful corporate women like the lady pharmacist. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our first facilitator, lady pharmacist, Konedu Dapa.
Thank you. Thank you, Nana. Good evening, everyone. Please, another round of applause for yourselves. Thank you. So we've done the money part. Now we're going to have fun. Say yay. Super. So we are going to have a very short conversation around makeup. It's important to some of us. Others are not too big on it. People will tell you, oh, I just put gloss on my lip. My dear lady, that is makeup. I just use mascara, it's makeup. I like red lipstick only, it's makeup. So we all do makeup. Aside putting the colors or the actual makeup products, we also use our body lotions, our sunscreens, and all those things. They help to keep your skin fresh, help to keep your skin rejuvenated and young. Same way that you're always eating to grow your body, you also need to take particular care of your skin to make sure that your skin is staying young. It's the only face you're going to have for as long as you want to live. So you need to be sure that as much as you're going to the gym, and I haven't been to the gym in a while, as much as you are eating the nice foods and doing all that, you're also being particular about the products you put on your skin, the products you put on your face. So we're going to have a little conversation around these things. So I'm going to do a little demo just to help us. Before that, I have some 2 or 3 questions. It's a safe space, don't worry, nobody will know. It's just between you and I. So please, those of us that use our fingers to apply foundation, let's see you. No, it's just your fingers. No? Those of us that use our fingers to apply eyeshadow. Okay, hello, sister. I see you. Those of us that use our fingers for our lipstick. Okay. A round of applause for yourselves. You have been trying so far, but today we stop. We move on. We elevate, Dr. Sapo. Yes, today we elevate. So we have one of our proud sponsors with us, Colorbox. A round of applause for Colorbox. So Colorbox is partnering with Lapag to provide the right tools for making up. So they are here with brushes, they are here with different tools that will go into some of the specifics. So, and then they have come with a discounted price just for Lapag. And the discount is running for a week, so exactly a week from today. So if you're low on funds today, you can visit their website, you can visit their Instagram page, and then make your purchases with the discount code. If you don't have the discount code, we would share it with you. So you have up to a week to benefit from this discount before it expires. So I want one lady to volunteer to be in my chair. Yes, I didn't come with a model because I wanted to be very real, practical. We are looking at makeup for the everyday woman. So you wake up on a Tuesday morning, you are going to your community pharmacy, you're going to your hospital pharmacy. It's not eyelashes and all the plenty blush. It's just a very basic. Some of the hands up are poking my eye from here. Okay. Meeny, meeny, money, mo. Okay. The lady at the back, last person, yes. Oh, please clap for her. I have a very short time, so I can only use one person, but you can see me after we'll have a heart-to-heart conversation. All right. Your name, please. Okay, so this is Shalom. Hi, Shalom. It's not surgery or anything. Okay, so you can put your legs there. All right. Okay, great. So we are going to be looking at how to apply makeup on a work day. So you wake up, you have to report to work at 8. You don't have 6 hours or 3 hours to do something so elaborate. So you're looking at makeup for everyday office or everyday pharmacy, everyday workplace, because some of us have moved from pharma and are doing other things. So just a regular makeup, a regular day makeup. So you have your foundation on, your powder, do something little on your brows, have a little color on your eyelids, a little color on your lips, and you're good to go. So we are going to be walking through that process very shortly. Okay. Okay, so the highlight of this demo is really to talk about the tools. So we are going to be focusing on the brushes to use. We have all agreed that we have repented from using our fingers. So moving forward, how are we going to be applying our makeup? We are going to be using brushes, color box brushes, which are readily available here for you to purchase at a good price. So we're going to start with our foundation. So this is a foundation brush. This is CB2. So it comes with a flat base to help you have a good spread of the products that you are using. For applying your foundation, you can also use a beauty sponge or a beauty blender. This is what it looks like. It has to be very spongy. It shouldn't be too hard, too rigid. So when you're going to use this to apply your foundation, the best way to use it is to first wet it. Just put it under running water in a bowl of water and then squeeze it out properly. It would swell up and then it's ready for you to use. Can I have someone help me with the microphone? Yes, please. The lady in red. Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for her for me. Thank you. So let's go this way. So you stand here. Super. So I'm just going to clean her face with a facial cleanser. Okay. All right, great. So with the facial cleanser and then a cotton pad, you can decide to use your face wipes, which already have the cleanser locked in the wipe. So this is what I am using today. So just to get off any sweat or dirt that might be on her face. She came in a trotro. She wasn't sitting in an AC car, so I have to clean properly. Sorry. Right. So we're using our foundation brush. It's the one that has the flat surface. I'm going to use the brush, not the blender. So you usually put it on a palette. I don't have my palette with me today. So you pick the foundation with the brush, and then you start applying from the base of the chin. So you go in small circles this way, and then work your way towards the ear. So you should be very light on the brush. Don't scrape. Very light in small circles. So you start from the base, work your way around the chin towards the ear, and then you start moving upwards. Okay. So this takes a bit of time, and it's best that you spend the time to properly blend the foundation into your skin. Otherwise, you would have patches. When you go in with your powder, it will not look uniform. And then if you have the right kind of brush, you'd realize that it spreads out very thinly, very seamlessly. So what's the name of it? Shalom. Okay. So we're making Shalom up for her afternoon shift at Konedu Pharmacy. We don't want her to scare off our patients. So the foundation match must be very true to skin, nothing too light than her actual skin tone. Usually makeup artists would use more than one foundation because most of the time we have hyperpigmentations around our face. So you don't have the same shade uniformly across the face. A few people do, but mostly you would realize that people have fairer T-zones. So that's the nose, the bridge of the nose around the mouth area, and then a darker outline. So you want to consider that in the type of foundation that you buy. Okay, so we have our foundation set in, very close to the shade of her skin tone because we don't want her looking too bright. It's a work day. Probably if you're doing makeup for a night program or a night out, you'd be able to go in with a bit more of color. But if you want your makeup to last long on a work day, your best bet is to go very light with it. So I'll just demonstrate how you use the sponge. So in the same fashion, with the sponge, the best way to get the best out of the sponge is to tap. So with the brush, you go in small round circles. With the sponge, you tap in this way. So you work around the chin area and then take it up. So with the sponge, you tap in. With the brush, you go in small round circles. So I just want to ask, on a regular work day, how many of us would want to conceal and contour? How many of us? Okay, nobody. So I am not going to conceal and contour. Please, do you know what conceal and contour is? Forgive me. So after you have gone with your foundation this way, there are portions of the face that you would want to highlight. You want to give your face dimension. So there are parts of the face that you would want to highlight, and then parts of the face that you would want to darken so that your face looks pronounced. It doesn't look like one plane. So the areas under the eye you would want to highlight. So under the eye this way. And then along the jawline and the outline of your forehead, those are the places you would want to contour. So use maybe 2 shades down of your foundation to contour, and then a shade lighter for your concealing under the eye, on your forehead, the bridge of the nose, and then under the lip, the chin area. So those are the places you would want to highlight. And then for the places you would want to contour, the outline of your forehead, the jawline, the inner corner of the eyes, so that you can get that pointy nose. Yes, so that's highlighting and contouring. But on a regular work day, Fam Lucia says no highlight and contours. All right. Great. So after you've done your foundation, you'd go in with your powder. So for the powder, we're using the CB4 brush. It's a bigger, this is more fluffy as compared to the brush we used for foundation. So the foundations are mostly creams and liquids. So you want a flat base, so you're able to pick and evenly spread. And then the powders are usually more loose particles. So a fluffy brush will do for applying your powders. So in the same fashion, you should be very light on your grip of the brush, no scraping, just light strokes to spread the powder around. Okay, so we head to the eyebrows on fleek. Okay. Thank you. So we head to the eyebrows. You want to keep it very light and simple. Her hair is very sparse, so I didn't have to trim the brows or anything. Even when you have bushy hair, there's a way that you can very nicely and neatly draw your brows so that it looks seamless and beautiful. So with the brow, there's an arc towards the end of your brow. So you just have to follow the natural progression of your hairline at the brow area. There are some people that like the brows more elaborate, so they will go beyond the hairline and have a very elaborate eyebrow. There are some that also want it very light and seamless. So depending on your style, you choose what works best for you. So very light strokes. We want to have the same person when we are done. We don't want it to become someone else, or you want to be someone else. She doesn't want to be someone else. So very light strokes. You start midway and then follow the arc and then bring it in down. Then you brush the hairs up, just following the hairline. So you can see me for a recommendation of this type of pencil. It's very thin lead, and then it has a brush at the bottom. So it's one item, but it's serving two purposes. So you don't have to put the pencil down, pick a brush, put the pencil down, pick a brush. So you're able to save some time when you use this. Okay. So we have our brows nice and ready. I didn't ask you, what kind of brows do you like? She doesn't know. No, you're still with me. Don't leave me here. Don't leave me. I'll give the microphone back to you. Okay. Right. So we're moving on to conceal the brows. You can decide not to conceal your brows if your brow technique is good enough and you don't have overlaps when you draw the brow. You can decide to just leave it as it is. But if you have the outline bigger than you wanted, or you made a mistake while drawing the strokes, then your concealer comes in handy. You can use that to correct what you have done. So this is the CB18 brush, which is available in the exclusive package that Colorbox has available for ladies of Lapag today. So light strokes, you just use the brush to outline the drawing that you have made with your brow pencil so that your brows look a bit more prominent. We're a bit far from you, but I don't know if you can tell the difference. The brows look more prominent now. The outline is very clear, and you can see that it's slimmer at the ends compared to the very beginning of the brow. Okay, close. So you can just use your beauty blender or your foundation brush to spread out the concealer that you have used to outline the eyebrow. Okay, so we're moving on to eyeshadows. For a workday eyeshadow, okay, so I'll say again, makeup is very individualistic. Somebody would see workday makeup and they want to do red lips. Someone will say, no, I want to look very neutral. So they'll do more brown colors. So it really depends on you and what you want, what you feel comfortable with. So I'm going to choose for you. Okay, so we're going to do browns. With the eyeshadow, for work, you would want to lean more towards the powders, no glitters, no shine. If Auntie Ama sees you with shine in Kolebu, I will not be there. Okay, so you want to lean more towards the powders so that you look very neutral. You're looking beautiful, but you're not overpowering with your makeup on a work day. So please close your eyes. So with applying your eyeshadows, you would want to first start with a crease. You'd use a darker brown shade of whatever palette you have, just so that, again, you're trying to create dimension so you don't have a flat looking eye. Also, depending on the shape of your eye, you could decide to apply in such a way that you highlight your eyes or you project your eyes a bit more. So same, these are powders. So you use a fluffy brush. This is a CB7. So same small circles. So after you pick the product, you should just shake it off so that you get rid of the loose particles. And then you go in small circles just around the corner end of your eye. So this is to form a transition. You don't want just one color, one brown color on your eyelid. It makes your eye look flat. So you want to have a transition color which would go into the crease, and then you work your way towards the base of your eyelashes. Okay. So we go with a lighter brown lower. So you can decide to just tap it in so that you have the color being a bit more prominent. So you should let your base color move a little into the transition so that you don't have sharp lines. When we look at you, we shouldn't be able to tell where this one starts and where this one ends. So that's the type of brush you use would help you to be able to properly blend in so that you don't have harsh lines and your transition lines are not visible. Okay. So we're done with our eyeshadow. For our ladies that like the smoky, with this, you can decide to go in at the very base with the darker brown. Sometimes black would make it look very harsh. So there are various tones of brown if you have a very good palette. You can see me later to recommend one. So you go in with a darker brown just at the base. You don't go all the way with it, just at the base. Okay, please open. Okay, you're a bit far from us, so you might not be able to appreciate it very well. But Shalom is going to do a catwalk around the room. Okay. We're done with our eyeshadow. I'm going to show you this product. This is a brush guard. So it comes in the pack. I think I've only seen this in the color box packaging. It's a brush guard. So if you have your powder brush, usually you would want to drop your powder brush in your bag to go to work so that you can probably use it to freshen up after a period. So how this works, sorry. Before coming for this meeting, Auntie Yvonne says she used her brush to freshen up in the car before she came inside. So how this works is you take it round the bottom and then you push it all the way, and then it keeps the bristles of the brush locked in. So this is how it will be in your bag, as compared to keeping it like this. Your phone will lie on it, something else will be on it. By the time it's like this for a number of minutes, it stays that way. So your brushes would get spoiled faster than they actually should. So if you have a brush guard, this is how you carry your brushes in your bag. Right. Aside that, there is another brush that Colorbox has designed. It's one of my favorites. This is a brush. So also for your carry along, this is how it is. So it's a powder brush. If you have this, you keep it in your purse. If you have a dress with big pockets, it can actually be in your pocket. Anytime you want to freshen up, you can just use it. It won't stain anything in your bag. The bristles are protected in this case, and there's some available here. So even if you have a brush set already, you can just get this to keep in your bag. Buy one for your friend, buy one for your sister, buy one for me. Or you think I have enough? Okay, so we're going to move to our lips. We are almost done. Shalom is almost ready for work. If she's late, I am not paying her. For that, she's not available. Okay, so this is more of a professional lip palette to use. I'm sure we would have like the single colors, these kinds. So once it's your personal item, you're able to just use the brush that is in there. But because I work more with different kinds, I use disposables. So one person use and then I discard. So with your lip, again, it's really up to you, what you like, what makes you feel good, will determine the colors that you want to apply. So there's a lip brush in the Colorbox set. So I'm going to use this brush together with the disposable. So with your lips as well, you would want to outline your lip. If you put just pink on your lip or just brown, it doesn't look very flattering. So the best way is to outline the lip and then you go in with another color so that you look chic. Chic lady pharmacist. So you outline your lip. Most people's lips are already, you realize that there's a darker area at the bottom and then it becomes lighter as it moves towards the inner part. So you can just follow that natural progression to outline. You can decide to outline your lip and then just top it up with gloss. You don't have to do a color all the time. If you have a presentation and you're not really ready and you enter the hall with red lips, I will not be there. Okay, so you outline your lip this way, and then you pick a lighter color for the inner part. So you just use the brush to spread it out and then draw it a bit into your darker outline so that you don't have sharp lines. You want it to be very seamless. Okay. Right. So you could decide to leave it dry and matte, or you can go over it with gloss. If you're going to be wearing a mask, it's best to leave it matte. Otherwise, if you put gloss over it, your mask will just pick everything, and then your mask is stained, and then your lip doesn't look great as well. So for a work day, if you know you're going to be in a mask, you want to leave it matte so that it stays on for longer. Okay, so we're just going to powder up again. We are done. Shalom is ready for work. Please check the time. Is she late? She's late. That's how many CDs off her pay? 100 CDs per hour. That's the rate now. Mr. President, please, I'm greeting you. Okay, so you can go in with your mascara just to make your eyes a bit more prominent. Some prefer mascara, others prefer to just use an eyeliner. Some will do both. So depending on what you prefer, you just brush upwards. You have a good mascara to make your lashes look full. It's almost like you're wearing false lashes. Please open. Okay. Open. Okay. All right. Shalom is ready for work. Auntie Yvonne, I'm her manager. I'll pardon her for today. Yes, I'll pardon her for today. So thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for my lady. So Shalom is ready for work. Very seamless. She's not looking too heavily made up. There are some people that would want to go to work with heavy makeup. That's fine, provided your workplace allows it. But with something like this, Antema, will you turn her away? Antema says she won't turn her away. So we have passed. Clap for us. Thank you. So this is it. I'll be taking questions. I'm around after the session. You could still ask any questions that you have, but using the right tools is really important to get the right finish. If you're using your fingers, they don't spread as well as a full brush will. So you want to get the right tools to make sure that you're having a flawless look like this. It's because I was talking and doing it, but it wouldn't take you so much time to put this together on a Tuesday morning, on a Friday morning, to get to work. Shalom. Thank you very much. A round of applause for her, please. Okay. Madam MC, would you want me to take questions now?
Yes, Cornelio.
Yes, please, from now.
Okay. Yes, so we have two questions online. One, lady pharmacist Farida wants to know why the eyebrow is always the last to do when you are doing the makeup. And then another one wants to know if color notes, I don't know whether it's color notes. I thought I had color box. If color box, yes, has a makeup kit. I believe for sale, yes.
Okay. So the first question, why we do the brows last. It's not a rule. You can decide to start with your brows. You can decide to do your brows when you're done with the skin work, which is your foundation, powders, eyeshadows. But I prefer to do my brows last because I use little concealer when I've already done my foundation. If I should start with doing my brows, I'll spend longer on the brows and I would use a lot more concealer. But once my foundation is already in, my skin is set, I tend to use less product on the eye. So that's why I prefer the brows last. But definitely you can do your brows before you get to your skin work. With the second question, the person wants to...
Colorbox has a makeup kits for sale. Yeah.
A makeup kit, okay. So Colorbox deals in tools, makeup tools. So yes, they have a brush set. Colorbox does not have foundation, powders, lipsticks. They have a brush set. And they have mirrors, they have, so they have the brush cleaner, which is a solution that actually contains some alcohol. So it has a form of disinfectant property. So you can use that to clean your brushes without washing it under water. And then they have the foam, which you would have to use water to wash. So that is what Colorbox has. They don't have the makeup products. They sell makeup tools. So that's the difference. I hope that answers the question. Right,
Yes,
and
please.
right, thank you. Let me just chip in with taking care of your brushes. It's very important that you wash your brushes often. No, it's single use. You use it alone, but some of us can go months without washing the brush. When product stays in there, some of the products are liquids and creams. So the moist environment, we know what would happen there. So it's important that you're washing your brushes at least once a week. I wash my brushes after every client or after every use. But if you can't do that at least once a week, if you're using your brushes to do your makeup to work from Monday to Friday, on the weekend, you should wash your brushes. It doesn't take long to dry. If you wash it in the evening, by morning, just keep it under the fan in your room, it will be dried. So you put your soap on it, rub it in your palm under water, or you can get the rapid clean, which evaporates fast. So you just dip it in, clean it on a tissue paper or on a towel, and then you have your brushes clean. So it's important that we are cleaning our brushes very often so that we are not in the bid to stay beautiful, infecting ourselves or causing any unwanted diseases. Thank you. Any questions? Sorry, there's a question behind you.
Okay, so for someone like me who has no idea about makeup, if I go on the market and I want to get a makeup product for myself, you kept on saying the foundation should be your shade. So how would I get to know my shade?
Okay, so if you go to a good makeup shop, they should have a makeup artist in store that would help you to test which products would work best for you. So you test before you buy. Or, I mean, some of us are experienced so much that just by looking at your skin, we can tell which shade would work best for you because of constant or continuous working with different types of skin. So yes, definitely if you go to a good shop, you can see me after I can recommend some shops, you would get them to test the product before you buy. Yeah. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. So I did see you using a primer. Is it necessary to use it? And also, how do you know if maybe an individual is sensitive to the foundation? For example, when you use the foundation on the lady, so what if maybe she had, like, is there any cream or something that's maybe you apply before using the foundation to prevent any like sensitive reactions? So thank you.
Okay, thank you. So what happened was I forgot to use a primer. I do have my primer here with me. Yes. This is the primer. This is a setting spray, which you can also use as a primer. I forgot to use it. But yes, you would use a primer before you go in with your foundations, just to lock in the moisture. There are different types of primers for oily skin, for dry skin, for persons that have combination skin. You take all those things into consideration before you buy a primer. And then yes, you use it before your makeup. And talking about allergies, yes, it's an important point. So what you can do is to test the product before you put on your face. So it's called patch testing. So you would apply the product in the inner part of your arm, this place. So if it's a foundation, even if it's a regular body cream or something you want to use for your face, you can first do the patch testing before you put on your face. Because yes, once it goes on your face and you have a reaction, that might be unpleasant. You might have to end up staying at home for a while or the sort. So for any products you want to put on your face that you're not too comfortable with, yes, you can go on YouTube or even Instagram and get some reviews and then make a decision based on that. Otherwise, you can do the patch testing. So you apply a little bit of the product just around this part of your hand. So you can do that for about 3 days. If you do not see any reaction here, then it's most likely not going to have any problems on your face. And then yes, when we interact with clients, we do ask them if you have any skin allergies. Yes, so that would inform one product over the other. Again, if you look at reviews on the products on YouTube, some of them state what particular allergies you should look out for to use a particular product or to avoid a particular product. So yes, you can do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Farm Konedu. 2 more questions from those of us online. The first one is, can we use any type of soap to wash the brushes? And then another wants to know if you do any lessons, if you have any available lessons, and how do they contact you if they want to learn?
Right, thank you. So with your face, we all have different skin types. Some people have specific skin conditions that require that they use specific soaps or even specific creams. So it's very, it's based on the client you are dealing with or the person you are talking to. So some people would require to use special kind of soaps, others wouldn't. But let me just say that there are products, there are soaps that have been made specifically for your skin with special ingredients or special, ingredients to make sure that your skin, especially your face, stays protected. Because sometimes the soap you would use on your body is a bit harsh. So you would want to be careful when you are using the soap you use for your body on your face. Some of the soaps, it's even written on it for face and body. There are some that are specific for your face. So you probably, again, if you are buying from a very good shop, they have people that have studied these things and are able to make recommendations based on your skin. Again, I can recommend some shops if you want. The other question was, am I available for lessons? Yes, I am. If you have a way to contact any of the Lapag pages, you would get my number, or I should mention it. Someone is not. Okay, I'm going to mention it. So it's 055 3243 816. You could also visit my Instagram page, Beauty Beyond Brushes. Send me a DM, follow me, like my pictures, help a sister. Thank you. Okay, Ajwa, okay, there's a question at the back. Yes, please.
Yes, please. On an average, how much does it cost to buy makeup? Let's say you want a full set or a makeup kit. How much does it cost?
Okay, thank you for that question. I don't have a straight answer because there are different brands, different levels of makeup products. I can use the drug analogy, like you have generics, you have brands. In the brands, we have brands of brands. So it's sort of the same thing. So depending on how much you want to spend, it would inform the level of products or the type of products that you would lean towards. So you could get a whole makeup set for 200 cedis. That's just products. And then you could also get a full makeup set of products for over 2,000 cedis. Yes, so it's really up to you. If you want to do branded or you want to do, it's called drugstore brands. So those are like generics in the field of drugs. Yes, so you can do the drugstore brands or you can do the brands. Yes. Please, Fam Lucia has a question.
Thank you so much for the presentation. So I heard about the primer and I think the setting spray. I want to know what are the ways of keeping your makeup on for the whole day? You know, how many times you have to powder and all of that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So your primer, setting spray, they are supposed to help your makeup last longer, for longer wear. But then again, for persons that have, let's say, oily skin, they tend to produce oils across the day. So how the makeup would look at 8 a.m. when you did it in the house, by 9:30 when you get to Kolebu, you're already oiling up. So with that, there are specific primers that hold in the moisture of the makeup to sit above the oils. Or yes, you can have your powder brush in your bag and then powder as many times as you would find necessary. But it's important that you do not overuse the powder, otherwise you start looking cakey. So yes, there are specific primers for oily skins that would help to control the oils along the day. So you wouldn't have to be powdering as many times like that. Yes, so your primer, your setting spray for that. And then there are certain foundations also that have a primer base in the foundation. So if you use a primer, sometimes you can even use just the foundation because it has a primer base. Or you can go in first with your primer and then use that kind of foundation, then it helps to reduce the oils and then your makeup stays matte throughout the day. But definitely, you're working in the sun, you're moving up and down, you would sweat. There's no makeup that would stay the way you did it at 8 a.m. Realistically, yes. But it should be good enough. I mean, when you clean with a tissue, it shouldn't lift so that it's AC here, Lucia there. It would just soak up the sweat on the surface of, or the oils on the surface of the makeup without lifting the whole product from your face. Yes. So, I mean, those are some of the considerations when you want to buy branded makeup over drugstore.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. I learned a lot and enjoyed it. So I have a question. Personally, I have a lot of allergies. So then when it comes to using makeup products, I find it difficult to use them. So something like primer, I also have difficulties using primer, but I realized that when I use, so there's a new dermatological cream that I'm using currently.
Okay.
And so I prefer to use that as a primer instead of using a cream. How safe is that? Does it cause more accumulation of the dirt on the face or otherwise?
Okay, so I would have to know the particular product you're using to be able to speak to it. I don't know if it is stated that's an advantage of using that product. Is it?
No, it's not stated, but just because that's the only cream that dermatologically I can use.
Okay.
As a base to my skin.
Okay.
So then I use that instead of using a primer so that I know that for the face, I am safe with that first.
Okay.
So how safe is it?
So when you use that cream and then you use your foundation over that, do you get the allergies?
Oh, no, I don't. But then I'm just asking because sometimes there are hearsays that makeups cause pores, your pores to clog and all that. Yes. So then the question is, if I'm using my cream, does it increase it or it has really no effect about it?
Okay. I wouldn't say it has a direct effect. With the fear of clogging your pores, that's when cleaning your face comes in importantly. After you have worn makeup throughout the whole day, you want to make sure that you are properly cleaning the makeup off. So you have your makeup cleanser. You can use your wipes before you go in with the face wash to make sure that, after doing that 2-3 layers of cleaning, you're confident that you've got a good amount of the product off your face. And then you moisturize. It's important that you moisturize before and after wearing your makeup, because yes, you're introducing products, or these are chemicals, on your face every day. So you have to be conscious about how well you are cleaning your face, so you don't have particles of the makeup left on your skin. Yes. Okay, lady at the back.
Thank you. Please, I read somewhere with regards to the setting spray that water in a spray bottle could be used. So I was wondering how true that is as a setting spray.
Just water when you spray on your face. It's not something that I have encountered. I haven't used that before. I haven't heard of it. So maybe I'll look it up. I can't speak to it because I don't know. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Lady Famkulendu, for those of us online, we have a couple of questions. Is it safe to use milk of magnesia as primer? And then we wanted to know if there was a specific way of cleaning the makeup at the end of the day. And if there is, then you teach us how. And also want to know the effects of if we do not clean our makeup overnight. And the last question is, do I use a primer before moisturizing?
Okay, so I'll take the last question first. Your moisturizer goes in before your primer. So it's moisturizer, then primer, not primer before moisturizer. And now I've forgotten the other questions.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So do we need to, what are the effects if we keep our makeup overnight? And if there's a technique in cleaning the makeup off, can you show us that?
Right. Thank you. So milk of magnesia was a trend in the past where we were using milk of magnesia. Guilty. The reasoning was that it locks up your pores and your makeup stays on for longer. But that is not an indication for milk of magnesia. So moving forward, there's a lot of advancement in cosmetics. So we have products that are specifically made for your face to control the oils, to lock in your pores. So we have moved away from the off-label use of milk of magnesia. Yes. So please don't use milk of magnesia as a primer. And then, yes, how to clean makeup off your face. So I use the micellar water, micellar cleansing water. There are several facial wipes. Even the cleansing water, there are different brands of it. So you put it on a cotton pad and then you clean. You could go in circles. Just make sure that you are conscious of where you are starting from. So if you start here, you're going all the way towards the left. If you start from the left, you're going all the way towards the right, so that you don't miss any spot. If you're cleaning just round, you might miss certain spots. And then around you should use at least, I use at least 2 cotton pads full of the micellar water to clean my face. The first one, I go in with the second one. Sometimes I would even go in with a facial wipe before I use my my cleansing foam, which is the soap, to wash my face. So yes, you're cleaning in front of a mirror. So as much as you're still seeing product on your face, you continue to clean till it's off. And then you moisturize after that. So your skin is looking supple and fresh. Yes. Yes, I think I've tackled all the questions from Nana.
The last one being the effects of keeping makeup overnight.
Yes. So it's a lot of products, a lot of chemicals. Aside the fact that you're going to dirty your sheets, I don't know why you want to keep the makeup overnight. So you take it to work tomorrow. So if you have an MUA, you've paid 1,000 cedis So you want to sleep in the makeup so you can take it to church on Sunday. People of God, no. I don't think it's ideal. Just for, I don't think there's any makeup rule there, just for hygienic purposes. And then also your white sheets, I'm concerned why you would want to sleep in makeup. Oh, you don't have white sheets. But please don't sleep in your makeup. Sunday morning, call me. I'll come and do it for you at a small fee. Yes. So thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you so much from Konedu. So from now, we'll go a bit faster because time is not on our side. Yes, so forgive us. Okay. But before we continue, I'd like to acknowledge some sponsors in our midst. Okay, so first, our media sponsors, K2 Shot It. They are the ones taking the pictures and all that. And they have a 360 video booth set up outside. So when we are done, you can go and have your 360 video shoots. Okay, and you can follow them on Instagram at K2 Shot It. Then their website is www.k2shotit.com. Okay, so do well to check out their pages. Then we are also sponsored by Colorbox, as from Konedu just said. So Lapag has partnered with them, and they are also running discounted sales on some of their products. So it's up to a week from now. So do well to also check them out on Instagram at Colorbox Cosmetics, and their website is www.colorboxcosmetics.com.gh. Okay, so now Famnana online will introduce our next facilitator. So Famnana, please can you introduce her?
Thank you, Lady Pharmacist Essanam. Our next facilitator is also a lady pharmacist, a business owner, and a video editor. She has a business, a beauty shop. She's worked in a company that produces TV commercials, and her beauty shop she founded 4 years ago. She sells high quality hair and extensions and offers excellent hair services, which for now, we all know that as for a lady, we are always changing how we look and how we appear. And so I have a singular honor of inviting Lady Pharmacist Blessing Ngozi. I hope I do not spoil your surname. Or Onwukwe. I believe I've done better, but I pray that you would actually tell us how to pronounce it. So Lady Pharmacist Blessing Ngozi, welcome, and the audience is yours.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies. How are you all? I hope you are doing well. My name is Blessing Ngozi Onkwe. Yes, I'm a pharmacist, but at the moment, I'm not working in a pharmacy or practicing pharmacy. So I founded Glam in Inches. I hope some of you have heard of Glam in Inches. So I founded Glam in Inches over 4 years ago. And since then, I'm glad to say the business has grown. And then we just recently opened a new shop at Dansoman. So you can find us at Dr. Buzia Street, Dansoman. Yes. So today I'm here to talk about hair. As you can see, the glamorous hair I have on. I'm here to talk about luxury hair. And how many of you agree that the first thing you notice about somebody is their hair? Well, that's the first thing I notice about somebody. If your hair does not look neat, I'm sorry, I can't stop staring. I'll just end up looking at your hair, and there's something in me that would want to come and make it neat for you. So today I'm just here to teach you a few things on how to make your hair look neat, at least every day before you step out from home. Yes. So we specialize in wigs, generally hair extensions and wigs. Yes. So we have a few to show you today. This is actually what I have on. It's straight originally, and then we curled it. Yes. And then we have the famous bone straight. If you haven't seen bone straight before, this is it. And we have body wave. You all know body wave hair. Yes, it's for brides, it's for occasions, for events. We have deep wave. We have our tight curly. This is like an afro hair. This hair is like everyone's favorite. And then we have some other type of curls, which the shop manager, that's what she's wearing today. So how do you maintain your hair, or how do you style your hair before you leave the house? Just a few things you need to do. So for your straight hair, you don't need to do too much, especially if it's good straight hair. The hair should, it should keep looking straight for a while before you need to straighten it. But if it feels dry, you can apply hair serum to it. So I have 2 types of hair serum today, and they are available for sale. They are just 30 cedis, by the way. So hair serum is hair oil, but naturally, oil is not good for the hair because oil is heavy. And then your hair does not need weight, because when the hair is weighted down, it doesn't flow freely. You want your hair to bounce like this. Yes. So you don't need to put oil in your hair, but hair serum is lightweight oil. Even though it's lightweight, you still don't need too much. Just a few, just a pump or a drop is fine for your hair. So I have 2 types of hair serum equally good for your hair. So your straight hair, you can use some hair serum, and then your hair wax. So you know what kind of wax, you know how wax is. So wax is, because of its texture, it makes things stiff because it melts. When it melts, it kind of holds things in place. So that's how the hair wax works. So you use it for your closure or your frontal. So as you can see, mine is laid down because of this. So when you put it there, you use any hot tool just to melt it into the hair. So it keeps it in place. So for your straight hair, I know most of you would like a short bob, just like what Fambuzia is having on today. So that's perfect for work. So for that, you just need a drop of hair serum. You put some hair wax on it. If you have a straightener or a hot comb, you just comb it, you are out the door. When you step out that way, I won't stare at you because your hair will be looking very beautiful. So I have a heat protectant spray. So before you apply heat to your hair, before you curl your hair, you straighten your hair, this protects your hair because your hair is, let's say human hair is protein, it's natural. So the more you keep applying heat to it, the more it gets damaged. So you need heat protectant spray to create a barrier around the strands before you apply heat to it. Then most of you have problems maintaining your curly hair textures. We all like the way curly hair looks on our friends, but not on us, because we feel like once we wear it, it becomes dry, so the best way to maintain your curly hair is by using a mixture of water and then curl activator lotion. So those of you who have natural hair, the 4C kinky hair texture, those of you who have not permed your hair, you know that when you apply curl activator lotion, your hair curls up and then it looks really nice. So that's the same thing for curly hair. So curly hair needs water and then curl activator lotion. So when you apply that, your hair looks beautiful, it looks shiny. We have it available for sale. And yes, so when you wear your wigs every day, you sweat, there's oil, there's dust, there's so many things. And of course, if it's human hair, it needs to be revamped. So when we say wig revamping, we mean washing all the dirt and products from the hair and then reapplying the moisture. So that's like how you'd wash your normal hair. You wash all the dirt off, then you condition it. Yes, so you should do that to your wigs at least once a month, just so that you get it looking brand new all over again. So what I have on is actually a very old wig. It's over 8 months, but I have it looking this nice because I wash it. At least every month I wash my hair. Oh, I'm sorry. I know your hair is supposed to last for a really long time. But I mean, for an 8-month-old wig, if I hadn't been taking care of it, it wouldn't look this nice, right? And then I think you all know what hair mousse is. So hair mousse, it contains alcohol. So what it does is it's a bit sticky. It's used to mold or style hair. I don't know why people put hair mousse all over their hair before curling it. It's not advisable. So hair mousse is just to, like the hair wax, it's just to lay the closure down. You can use this on your curly hair. It's perfect for curly hair. But it's just that because it has alcohol, it will make it stiff. So it's not advisable to use it all the time. But if you want to style your hair and mold it, hair mousse is perfect. So these are a few things we have. I know you've all seen the Got to Be spray. Hey, okay. Well, it's for those who wear frontal wigs, just to lay it down like what I have on. And then I have some edge control. You can see the baby hair I have going on here. Yes, I use this to achieve that. So these are the things you need to make your hair look really beautiful every day. You need a straightener, please. Invest in a very good straightener and you will never regret it. And then you need a curler and then a hot comb. I don't want to talk too much because I know we are running out of time, but I have some good news. So we have 10% discount cards for every one of you here. So if you are interested in getting one of these cards, you can see us after. And then we work with a third-party company, Motito. So what they do is, when you buy your hair and you want to pay in installments over 3 months, they pay for the hair for you in full, and then you pay them over 3 months. So as a working class lady, I don't think you want to use your whole salary to buy hair. Even though hair is an investment, good hair is an investment. You'd want to pay over time. Maybe your wedding is upcoming. You'd want to pay over time, let's say over 3 months. So it's calculated in 4 installments. Doesn't that sound lovely? Yes, so we have all these available, and I hope you've learned something today. Thank you so much. So do we have any questions?
Yes, Lady from Blessing. First question from the onliners. How do you get a discount?
Okay, please, before she answers that, we'll take just 3 questions. So after the program, if you have any questions, please, you see her and ask her, okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lady from Islam. So please, the onliners, how do we get our discounts?
Okay, to be honest, I didn't know there was going to be an online portion of the program. So because of that, we'll make a discount code available to you. So I'll give that to Farm Nancy after the program. Any question?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, for the wig you're wearing is very nice. So how many bundles of wig did you use to achieve the look?
Okay, thank you so much. So this is 3 bundles of hair. It's actually 20 inches, 18 and 20 inches. Our hair actually runs long because it's double drawn. Have I mentioned a foreign word? Okay, so double drawn means it's very full at the tips, as you can see. Yes, so this 18 and 20 inches and then a frontal.
So when it comes to hair, I've heard a couple of rumors. I want you to tell if it's true, how to differentiate between good hair or the grade of hair, because sometimes you see something online, you buy it, and then when it comes, they are like, you should style it and it will look like how it's supposed to. Oh yeah, that's like Jenny. I think most of us are falling for that. And I think it's all because I am not able to tell the difference between the grades of hair. I just know double drawn and the rest. So how do we tell the rest in different grades?
Okay, so let me make one thing straight. All this 5A, 6A, 7A, 8A, 10A, all those things are fabricated grades. There's no actual international grade of hair. So if somebody tells you they are selling grade 10A hair, according to the person's standard, that is grade 10A. I hope you understand. It's not an international standard of hair. And right now, the problem with buying quality hair is that most shops are now online. So it's difficult to watch like somebody's Instagram page and then be sure that you are buying something good, right? I understand. So most of the time, what they tell us, well, the general way to test if hair is good is the strand test. So you apply heat to the hair. Does the hair smell like it's burning? Because when we straighten our own hair, it doesn't burn. So why should you tell us that you are straightening a Vietnamese person's hair and it's burning? That's very shady. So that's why you should get a straightener. You should test the hair by straightening it. Sometimes smell the hair. Does it smell does it smell chemically? Does it smell like it has so many chemicals in it? Yes, you can feel the hair. Does it move? Is it stiff or is moving? Do you understand? Because most of the time, the East Asian ladies, they have very silky hair that moves, unlike our hair texture. So is the hair moving or is it just standing stiff? So that's how you would know. And also the price. See, there's no way you are going to get this hair and somebody will tell you it's 200 cedis. There's no way this hair is going to be 200 cedis because it's very difficult to get good hair. It's very difficult to source good hair. So if you visit somebody's page and the person tells you that 30 inches full frontal wig is 300 cedis, you should actually know that there's no way that hair is going to be good quality because even from the factory, it's very expensive to source the hair, good hair. I hope you get me.
Thank you very much. So I want to find out in wearing wig caps, how do you wear it so that it doesn't affect your
So they actually fall off faster than the ones at the back of your head. So instead of taking them off very harshly, you should make sure that you follow the right procedure to remove your wigs. If you use a glue, make sure you get the glue remover in order to take it off. Don't be too tired to take off your edges before you go to bed. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Okay, so those of you who had questions, please, you can note it down so that after the program, you can see here and get your answers. Okay. All right. So thank you, Farm Blessing, for the presentation or online.
Yes, no. I just wanted to know if we could get a contact so that those of us also online, if we had any other questions, we can get to Lady Farm Blessing, if that's possible.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. So we have a website, glaminincheshair.com. So www.glaminincheshair.com. We're on Instagram, glam_in_inches. So glam in inches. We're on Facebook, glam in inches. Also, you can call us 054 8833 167. 054 8833 167. We have a shop. You can also visit us, Glam in Inches on Google Maps or Dr. Buzia Street, very next to the Crystal Beam Hostel, Dansuman. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you are all okay now. From Nana.
Yes, the online, we are fine.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So before we move on, let me acknowledge some other people that are here. We've heard her name already, Auntie Amma. We heard her name already. We just wanted to say hello to us. She's a clinical pharmacist and she's a deputy director of pharmacy at Kolibu Teaching Hospitals. You're welcome. We also have, I think, okay, she's still around. The former Vice President Lapag, and she was also a former Lapag president, but currently she's director of the Ghana College of Pharmacists. So we have Auntie Yvonne Yurinchua. Thank you for joining us. We also have the Vice President of Lapag, Auntie Cynthia Amy, is also with us. Ofuriata, sorry, Ofuriata, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so the next facilitator, I've always wanted an opportunity to say this. My classmates, so I wanted to introduce her. So she's a lady pharmacist with a passion for vocations. Okay, and this passion led to her to learn the art of making beads after her senior high school education. And she's now the founder of Egudie by Nana, which is a brand that makes bespoke handmade jewelry and accessories. And she intends to broadcast the impeccable craftsmanship of Ghana far and near. So she's the person of Dr. Nana Jimfa Champon. So let's listen to her. Please, let's clap for her. Let's clap for her.
After spending the whole of last night to make it, I'll be carrying it everywhere today. So my actual name is Dr. Celebrity Bida Nana Jimfa Echampong. And actually, I put the V in versatile. Fun fact, my nickname in SHS, if I have any of my SHS mates here, they would attest to that, was Miss Versatile. Because one time they gathered all the Form 1s to come and say what they want to do. You know, when you come to school fresh, they want to know whether you are good at acting or singing, and they want to know where to place you. So they called me, and I stood there for a minute because I was wondering what to tell them. Because I can sing. I mean, I'm a very, very good shower singer. I can act. If you want to know, I was one of the best actresses in my church, CCF, KNUST. If you saw a very short, plump lady on the stage during one of our events, that was me. And I can do a lot of things. So I just stood there and I told them, I don't know what to tell you. I'm versatile. And they were all like, yay. And they started, hey, Miss Versatile, Miss Versatile, Miss Versatile. So yes, I think it's prudent that I have been given the opportunity to be here today. I am very passionate about vocations because I believe that as ladies, yes, your career is important. Yes, you have to go to school and a degree and all of that. But I feel like to be resourceful, you have to sometimes step away from the formal knowledge and then learn something else. If not for yourself, for your girls at least. Because I can tell you, I have dabbled in makeup. I have dabbled in wig making. Yes, there was a time church dinner, I was broke. I needed to do something for money. I told them I was doing makeup. And they all came to me because I have proof, okay? I come to church on Sunday and my face is beat. So they all came. And I took it. I've made a wig for somebody for a fee. Just last week, a friend hit me up. Nana, could you make me a ponytail wig, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm on anti-MS schedule. I can't do that. I work at Kolebu now. So I cannot do that for you. I'm sorry. So what I'm going to teach you today is something very simple. Like I said, we have to be versatile, if not for ourselves. At least we need to be resourceful for the people around us. Okay. Oh, did I mention that I make nails? Yeah, I did this morning. Yes, Miss Versatile. Okay, so today I am coming, it's bead making, or let me say, making beaded jewelry is something that takes time. So being given this short time, I was wondering, what should I teach you? You want to learn how to make this bag now, or a headband? Because it takes me over 3 hours to make a headband. It will take me over 4 hours to make this bag. We cannot do that here. So I decided to teach something very simple today that you can use yourself, that you can give as gifts to people. We all know the economy is hard nowadays. And one of my resolutions this year was I want to be a good friend. For my friends' birthdays, I want to be able to gift them something. I mean, a queen was born today, a king was born today. We are tired. And now there are so many queens and kings in the kingdom. I mean, show working. Okay? So I decided to teach a very simple charm bracelet that you can make as gifts for your friends. And so that apart from the queen was born, a king was born, we know that show working is there. Oh, this is something small for you to wear. And then we are all good, okay? I really don't need a microphone, but actually, I have 2 things to teach, but as and when time will permit us, okay? So I would start with the charm bracelets, and then we move on from there. Okay. Now, if you want to be a DIY bead maker, let me not forget this. This is the number 1 tool you will need. If I'm asleep and you say, Nana, wake up, let's go and work for a client. This is what I'll pick, not even the beads. This is what I'll pick, because you can make beads out of virtually anything, even paper. This is a plier, a pair of pliers. I think from after today, all of you can make trips to Makola to just get a plier. If jewelry or bead making is something that you want to go into, get this for yourself. It's a lifesaver. So to make our charm bracelet, thank you. To make our charm bracelets, you first need your base. This is a very simple bracelet that you will get on the streets of Makola or anywhere. Now we are going to, as we are elevating our businesses and our lives, we're going to elevate the simple chain into a charm bracelet so that our friends can appreciate it better, or even ourselves, we can appreciate it better. And I'll be using these beads. I know that when I said charm bracelet, some of you don't know. It's not cowries or anything weird. It's not voodoo, please. Charms are just things that hang from jewelry. So it could literally be anything, okay? So I'm going to use these teardrop crystals. It's unfortunate. I don't know. Should I pour it in my... Can you see them? This is how they look like. Okay, you can use anything. It could be any type of bead. So I'm going to use these teardrop. They are called teardrop because, I mean, you can see, right? And then we are going to use, please pay attention. Me, I'll quiz you at the end, though. We'll be using what we call jump rings. This is how they look like. They are very small rings. When you enter a bead supply store, they have these already pre-packed. But I told you I'm a celebrity beader. I don't do regular. So I don't use the pre-packed ones because they fade easily. So I make my own jump rings from gold-plated copper wires. Yes. So they are rings, but they are open rings, so you can easily twist them with even both thumbs, but that's dangerous to do because some of them are very tight. So that's when your pliers will come to play. So you can hold one end with your plier like this, and then with the other thumb, you twist to open. All we are going to do is to put the jump ring through the hole of the teardrop crystals. So we have it on like this. You take the chain of your choice. It could be any chain, provided your jump ring can go through it, because we have sizes of the jump ring too. You put it through one of the holes on the chain, and then you close your ring. The trick that I use to making sure this is safe and secure is that I make sure the rings, the two ends overlap. So I just make sure they overlap, and then I put them into place. I have my first charm on the bracelet. I'm going to continue just like that. I said I'll quiz you because at the end, somebody must have these bracelets. I'm not taking it home. Girls say, oh. So we're going to do it just like that. So you get to the end. Usually, because I don't want them to be too chunky, because mind you, when you pile these on, they become very heavy. Nobody wants to be wearing uncomfortable jewelry around. By the way, how many of you know a Goodyear? Do you know what a Goodyear is? Come in here, please. How many of you knew about a Goodyear? I have more work to do. I'm ready to do that. You did? Oh, you have a discount. Okay. So I think I wouldn't be able to finish this year. I'll just move on to my second lesson, maybe finish this whilst I'm seated, and then we do the exam. And then the national best gets to win the charm bracelets. I've already fixed 3. I'm literally just doing this anyhow, but you can put a pattern to it. So, you know, if you put the first charm at the very first ring, you can count maybe 2 rings after. I'm putting the second charm 2 rings after, and I'm doing that through to the end so that it gives the bracelet a uniform look. You can also decide to do it haphazardly because after all, it's fashion. Fashion has no rules, they say. Okay. So basically, that's how you do a charm bracelet. There's really nothing to it. That is how charm bracelets are done. What will make mine stand out, that is, if you buy from me, is the quality. Because like I said, I don't do regular. So I don't use regular jump rings. If I'm buying a chain, I make sure it is good quality chain, not one that will fade after 1 or 2 wears. That's it for the charm bracelets. I'll finish it, and then after that, we'll do the exam. The next thing, thank you. The next thing I would want to teach us, which I think will be very helpful, repairing your waist beads. How many of us have bought a very stunning string of waist beads? We have worn it for some time, and then one day it just tears. Several times. If you bring it to me, I'll tell you I don't do alteration. Because I just sometimes, most of the times, I mean, I might discriminate and do it for 1 or 2 people, but most of the times I'm just not comfortable with the idea of you've worn it for a very long time. I mean, these have been on your waist and I have to be the one to work on them again. I'm just not comfortable. And really, sometimes I'm just lazy working on something that has been done by somebody and you have to repair them. So today I'm just going to practically teach you how to make waist beads. And in effect, you can repair your torn waist beads, okay, right from scratch. There's a technique. It's not difficult. You don't need too many things. And then we can finish it up. So I brought these beads today. Somebody was string the beads for me, actually. To repair your waist beads, all you will need is a needle and cotton threads. That's all. Who doesn't have any of these in their homes? Hey, somebody said she doesn't have. Needle and cotton thread. It doesn't have to be white. You can literally do any color you want. So, this is going to be very hands-on. I'll need to even remove my slippers for that. Oh, yeah. We don't joke. You think it's easy. It's not easy to do. This is the method that I was taught by a traditional woman. So this is the method that is why I even like using cotton threads as compared to the very stiff wire some of you have in your waist beads. This our ancestors used it, and this is the way. Don't let any modern person. This is how I make my waist beads for sale, and they last longer than the twine. They are more flexible. They don't easily show up in your clothes. This, our ancestors knew it. So if you want to fix your waist beads, you have to get your cotton thread. And this is the simplest way to just gather your thread. So you put it on your big toe, hold one end of the thread, and just wind it around like this. So maximum, you can do like 3 rounds for beads that are very small, because note, all of this will be going into one bead. So you should take that into consideration. So we have, how many did I do? I did the first one. This is the second one. That's my third one. If, let's say you have 3 strands of your beads and they got torn, you can now go ahead, put the next strand on your next, is it toe? Yeah, or the next toe, and then you do it till you get to your, is it pinky toe? Yes, but for today, for learning purposes, we'll just do 1 strand. So now that I have my 3, I'll just cut. So I have this whole strand. And then I tie a knot over here. Depending on how big your beads are. Can we all see that? So you see that here, I have a loop. Can you all see? I have a loop here. That is where the real action is. All I do is I take the needle and then you cut a piece of thread. I hope my eyes don't disgrace me. I'm too young for that. Because I'm about to thread the needle. Hey, how you do? Oh, I'm a celebrity, but I can do this. Nobody has asked me how many celebrities I have saved, or you do that question time. So that's it. The needle has been threaded. And then you, instead of, when you're doing basic stitches, you would go all the way here and then tie your knots. We do not do that for waist beads. If you've not learned anything today, learn this one. We don't do that for waist beads. For waist beads, you have this and you tie the knot right at the bottom of your needle. So it becomes like this. And then you take this, put it through the loop, put the needle through the loop, and then you tie the other end to the loop. Is there a lot of work? Then come and buy waist bead. So you have this. Do we all get it? And then if your beads weren't too stubborn and you were able to gather up all of them, you have them here, and then you pick. Okay, before we even pick, for some of our waist beads, we have locks on it. Some of you have the traditional one that you have to tie. Move away from that. So if you already had a lock, you should do this, especially if you have a screw lock like this. I'm sorry, my tools are not like Knedus. Mine, they are small. If you have a screw like this, so you unscrew it, especially if your waist beads came with a screw locks and they have a hole through them. So you make sure you put your lock on before you start beading. That's all I'm saying. And then we start. I'm just going to do a few. It's actually very simple. But since you're not a celebrity beader, so it's the needle that will pick out your beads for you. I mean, I did all that just for this. So just gather your waist beads that are torn and just pick them up so you get the length that they were before. If I mean your beads are scattered, then probably you have to come to me to make you new ones, or you'd have to purchase more beads. But as DIY versatile pharmacists, you should be able to do this yourself. There's a stubborn bead here. So you see, nothing is simple like that. So when you go to the market and they mention the price of the waist beads and you break it into 3 and say, I'll pay 1/3. God is watching you. So this is it. I mean, this is my waist, as you all can see. Very cute. That's all I'm going to do. Where did I put this? Okay. And then you attach the other end of your screw to it. Now, this is something that I would have taught for money, but I'm teaching you because you are lady pharmacists and we need to be resourceful. So I'll just teach you how you, especially if yours come with the screws, how you can lock it up, okay, so that you don't even sending your torn waist beads to the beader is more expensive than buy a new one, because you pay delivery fee to send it, and then when they are done, you pay delivery fee back. Or is that's not how you do it? I would need to step down for this, if you don't mind, cameras. Oh yeah, I feel better here. So this is what we have now. We are going to lock it. What most of you would have done after getting this is to just tie the knot and you are done. When you do that, I wish we had two of this so that you see the difference. When you do that, you realize that even after tying the knots, remember that some of the thread is inside the screw. So after tying the knots, you will find out that there's a gap in your waist beads. It could be very big like this. It's not attractive. So what you do is after stringing them, pull them tightly. Pull them to the point where don't tear it again, but let them be stiff. Like this. Let them be stiff so that they can't even move. And then, let me show you. I know most of you won't do this, but I'm showing you. Some will do it. I trust in you. You see how stiff it is? The whole rationale is that after you tie, okay, me see me bear with my question nails, just because I want to show everybody, hey, hope I can do it. I'm a celebrity leader. Always remember, rule number 1, I'm a celebrity beader. So you just form a normal knot. It's not anything scary. For educational purposes, no, I actually want to do 2 knots. Maybe somebody will want to take this home. Oh, yes, so that they can say they came to the Celebrity Leader show. So we have 2 knots. And because they were very stiff, you just, I still have a gap, but that's not the point. So the whole rationale is that you stiffen it before you tie your knots. So that after you tie the knot and then you put everything back into place, it becomes flexible again. Rather than tying the knot whilst it's still flexible, and then you have a huge gap in your waist beads. So this is all I have for you. I would sit down, finish the charm bracelets, one for the national exam, and then we take the overall winner. So now I'm open to any question. It doesn't have to be about what I taught you today. It can be anything across board, anything beads. Don't ask me pharmacy, anything beads, okay? If you have any questions, I'm up for that.
So we'll take 3 questions, please. Please, does anyone have a question? Okay, online from Nana, please. Are there any questions online?
Thank you very much, Lady Farm Esnam. Like we said, if our celebrity beader could give us a contact number, if we want to learn, is she willing to train us? If she can as well give us possibly her charges, that would also be great. But if she wants to give us a contact, we will take it and then we will follow it up from there.
Right. Unfortunately, I do not train for now. I do not have the capacity to train. I don't have the resources to train. The thing is, let me tell you the thing about training. I want to get to a point where when I charge you, you pay. That's the whole point. So I'm not training for now, but I'm always available to make whatever products that you have. Can we do a little exercise? Do you have your phones here? Yes. I like this exercise. Please, if you're on Instagram, kindly go to Instagram. That is where the action is. And in the search box, the name is Agudie by Nana, AGUDIE _BYNANA. Agudie by Nana. So I'm available to take orders. I do take custom orders. So that means that if you go on my page and you see something, but you want to make certain tweaks, could be the color, you want to change a certain design to your preference, I do that. So I make custom orders. I make the regular ones that you see on my page. And my contacts, actually go on my Instagram page, everything is there. But for the sake of those who are not on Instagram, my contact is 057 3769 432. 0573769 You can send me a WhatsApp message, a text message, or you can call on this number. My business number is also on my Instagram. You can click any of the buttons to get into contact with me. So that's it about contacting me, and I do not train. So sorry.
You have a question?
Yes. Thank you very much. I thought I heard you say something about not recommending the metallic waist beads. Do you have any?
The metallic ones?
Yes.
What I was talking about is the thread that is used for making the waist
the ones
beads.
that are metallic. Is there a reason why you would?
No, I don't even have a problem against the metallic ones. My problem is with what we beaders call the twine, the plastic one. We have very flexible ones, but the quality is not like that of the cotton threads. See, I went on an experiment, okay? I thought I knew better than the ancestors. So I told myself, I'm a modern, versatile woman. I mean, I'm a celebrity beader for that matter. So I don't want to be using this. I discovered nylon threads. I don't know how many of you know nylon, the shoemaker's thread. I started, if you look at the shoemaker's thread, they look stronger than the cotton ones, if you've seen those before. So I told myself, if one strand of this thread is this thick and is stronger than this one, why don't we go in for the nylon ones? Because it will last longer. So I used the nylon thread for some time, and I'm getting feedback. After one wear, my clients, oh, my beads are torn. Oh, my beads are torn. At first, I thought it was the client's fault, but then no, I had changed the thread. That's where it was from. So I went back to the cotton threads and the problem stopped. Because the thing with the nylon is that when they get into contact with water, they get matted up at a point and they break easily. It's like they almost disintegrate. That's how they act. So that is it. That's cotton versus nylon. Now for the twine, they are stiff. I don't like stiff waist beads. I don't know how many of you like stiff waist beads that poke through your dresses. Nobody likes that. I don't like stiff waist beads. If I had brought a twine with me, you realize that when you bend it at a point, it stays bent. The cotton threads are not like that. So they give flexibility and they are very durable. Granted, twine is very durable, but the cotton thread, even 3 strands, are very, very, very durable. So I go in for the flexibility and then the quality.
Thank you. I wanted to ask, how did you learn all this? Did you watch YouTube videos or you actually went somewhere to learn? And if you want to start a business like this, how much would it like, at least to have everything to make like the basic things, how much would you need? I wanted to ask if you bead dresses, so like the kente gowns, yes, wedding gowns. Yeah.
The last one is a no. As a versatile lady, sometimes I do not have the time to do everything. If you are into beading or you know a little, beading the dresses is very time consuming. Right now, I do not take anything time consuming. Kolebu is time consuming enough. Santiago gone? Yes. Kolebu is time consuming enough. Beading in itself is time consuming, and beading the dresses is more time consuming. So I pick my struggles wisely. Yes. And what was that? What were the other questions? Sorry. How I learned it. Okay, so in 2014, it's like I'm giving off my age. In 2014, when I finished with senior high school, and I thought I wanted to go to medical school. So I applied, I got bounced, and I had to stay home for a year, basically, because really, the thing is, I thought I wanted to go to medical school. I hadn't found because every science student is supposed to go to medical school. Yes. So I had to stay for a year, basically. And then I used that year to get into bead, like a church member actually taught me, a very old lady, she was about 70 years. She taught me because she was already into that. So she taught me the basics. I cannot attribute many of the things that I know and do now to her, but my basics are from her. She taught me how to lock the waist beads, how to lock a necklace. So those things are the most important. Nobody can teach you bead making. I was sacked after 2 months. She didn't know I was doing that after 2 months and I need to go home. So that was it. Because nobody can teach you fully bead making. The designs, the technique, sometimes you have to build it on your own. So me learning this is a combination of the basics that I got from my old lady, from experimenting. I always say I have more samples than actual products because I'm always experimenting, and from watching YouTube videos. That's if one day I'm supposed to teach, watching YouTube videos will be a whole course because you watch, but the materials are not even here. What do? Stay tuned. Maybe somewhere in the future, when you see me doing my bead school, you can come and learn that. Okay, so that's how I learned it. And back then, bead making that's the next question. How much do you need to start this business? Even now that the economy is hard, you don't need a lot. I can't remember exactly how much I started my business with because I'm sure it was my mother's money, but you don't need that much. If you have 100 CDs today, you can start. If you have 100 CDs today, no, let's halve it. If you have 50 CDs, you can start. You don't have to start with everything at once. Identify what you want to start with. Do you want to start with waist beads? Do you want to start with bags? Do you want to start with earrings? Are you making beaded slippers? Just identify what you have to start with. All you need is one sample. That is all you need. Because if I want to get into bag making, all I need to do is to buy the materials for this. Okay? Just one color. Now that we have social media, it even becomes easier. So I post this sea blue color and I put it there and I tell everybody, oh, I can make it in other custom colors for you. I've started. I don't need to make all the colors to be able to start. You just need one sample. For example, I'm about to launch these earrings. This is the second sample I have made. And already the excitement is building up on my page because I made the first one in pink and that was the first sample. It was a custom product for a client. And I just put it on my Instagram stories. And now today I've made this. If you saw me taking pictures all over, it's for Instagram because I'm going to tell them I've made another one. So when I finally launch it, they know that, oh, they saw it in the pink. They've seen it in the blue. Oh, how would it look in black? I have a dress in red. Can you make it in red? You've started. So you don't need a lot, basically.
Okay, thank you so much. As I said earlier, if you have any other questions, please see here after everything, after we close, then you get your questions answered. So once again, a big thank you to all of our facilitators. Please, can we give them a round of applause? They've done so well. So now we'll take a closing remark from a rep, an EcoBank rep. Then after that, we'll listen to our PSGH president. He has something to tell us. Please, let's not get tired. Let's clap.
Are we tired? Oh, but has our time here been well spent? We've learned practical steps, practical things to date ourselves, the versatile lady. And I trust that we will take it home and even apply it so we'll become income generating ladies as well. It is important that we turn our skills into income generating activities. On this note, I want to thank you very much for coming. I have been worrying you and I'm glad we made this program come to pass. I look forward, for me, it is the step in we coming on board to operate the accounts that we've been talking about and to see that our businesses are elevated. So thank you very much. Let's have a great weekend ahead, and let's see you elevating yourselves and your businesses. Thank you. Do I want to ask a question? This looks beautiful. So what are the 4 categories of the elevate? If you get it correct, and if you go and sell the Elevate initiative to all your colleagues and friends, you get the gift. Yes, lady in blue.
Hi. Okay, thank you. The 4 categories are 1, a business owned by a woman.
Thank you.
2, a business managed by a woman.
Great.
3, a business that sells women stuff like pads and stuff like that. And 4, a business that has about 51% in partnership with somebody else.
Yes. But that is not the 3rd one.
Oh.
That is not the 3rd one. So this 3.5. I'll give you 3.5.
Okay.
Who will add the last one? Because there is 1 earring more to give. Is there? Yes. No, the partnership, she said it, so no. Hey. Yes.
There are more than 30% of women.
30% female employees. So that adds up. So businesses owned by women or jointly owned with 51% ownership, businesses managed by a woman, businesses with 30% or more as female employees, and then companies producing or manufacturing for women. Let's go out there and be ambassadors of the Elevate initiative. I get the bag. And the 3.5 gets the bracelet. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So we have our winners for the bag and the bracelets. Please, you see a goodie by Nana after and get your gifts. So now we'll have our male associates give us, tell us something small. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Good evening to everyone. Yeah, I'm just looking around. It looks like you have many more YPJ members in here today. Yeah, today, unfortunately, it looks like I'm a gate crasher. There's supposed to be a meeting for ladies, and I've been the president of PSGH, and with Lapag being an interest group that is fully represented on the governing board of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, I decided to be part of this meeting. The chairperson wants me to say a word. Your chairperson of Lapag insists I definitely need to say a word. First of all, I will congratulate all the versatile lady pharmacists for a very wonderful job. I mean, I'm proud of all the 3 ladies and what you are doing, trying to turn your passion into revenue or into income. You could see that most of them who spoke is something actually that they've done by converting their passion into an income generation stream. They are not the only ones I know. I know a lady pharmacist who's also doing very well when it comes to catering or food, making so much business, even though she has her own community pharmacy. But once again, it's passion or an interest that has been converted into an income stream. And therefore, at this time when we are having so many pharmacists, especially coming into the practice stream in the years to come, it will be good if you have interest, passion, and you can convert them into viable ventures, business ventures. You should be encouraged. Why do I say so? If you work in a hospital, you close from the hospital, you may opt to do locum. But if you would use instead of doing locum, you would want to use it to do your own private venture, or do your own business. That's good. That's also good enough because you are looking for the extra income or revenue that locum would have given you. If you're a medical rep, you close from work, and instead of doing locum to make an extra income, but you want to have your own business, that is also a great one. Personally, if I tell you my story, I think I was versatile enough. Even before I entered into university, I had already published textbooks that I was selling in secondary schools across the country. Whilst in the university, I was doing all sorts of business. I'll go to London, I'll bring cassettes, I'll bring T-shirts to sell on KNUST campus. I've actually gone into farming. I've done fish farming, I've gone into extractive industries. So apart from pharmacy, I would say I've also been versatile about to come here. That I see pharmacists trying to challenge themselves to do so many other things. I know there's a medical rep here who is also into photography. Yeah, he's here taking the photos. So yes, the fact about it is that not everyone can be a pharmacist, but we can do what they do. Not everyone can stand up, go to pharmacy school, take these hard chemistries, the pharmacologists, pass the exams, write a professional exam, become a professional pharmacist. They can't. But most of the other professions, what they do, the businesses, we can easily do it. And that is why it shouldn't surprise you that we have a pharmacist being a CEO of a major bank today, because she decided to go out into finance right after pharmacy school, then into banking. She excelled, and she's the CEO of one of the biggest banks or the largest banks in the country today. So what is within us, they don't have it. So have that. The only thing I would challenge what the last speaker said, that almost every science student who want to become a medical doctor or go to medical school, that I don't buy into it. Because I opted for pharmacy. I never bought forms for medical school. But every single mate of mine who went to medical school can attest to you that not even a single one had better grades than me at A-levels entering into pharmacy. But I opted for pharmacy. I didn't even buy the forms. And I know so many people who opted for pharmacy ahead of medicine, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you have a business driving you. You may be tilted more towards pharmacy than medicine. So that is the only one that I would challenge. Back to pharmacy practice. E-pharmacy has been launched, and we know it's only going to be possible with the young ones who are more versatile when it comes to electronic things, more versatile when it comes to digitization. So it will be easier for you to be on the e-pharmacy platforms for pharmacies to be able to speak to pharmacists, to speak to the clients or the patients when they call on the e-pharmacies. So we'll be counting a lot on you to use your skills also to ensure that through e-pharmacy, we'll be able to offer quality pharmaceutical services to the general population. So that's an area that we expect you to do more. The other thing I'll touch on is that we are going to Tamale for our annual general meeting, and we expect to see most of the young pharmacists, especially those of you here that I'm seeing now, may not have been to any AGM or may not have witnessed any physical AGM. We are inviting you. I'm sure you've seen all the information out there, and therefore we expect to see you in Tamale. Come, let's talk about our profession. Let's discuss the future of the profession, and let's have a little bit of fun as well. It's not all work. AGM is a time also to distress yourself. So the versatile pharmacist, you are working so hard. Find time, come to Tamale, come and cool off, chill off, or relax. That's what I will say. I don't know whether, Madam Chairperson, you would want me to say more, but I think I'm done with it. So wish you the very best. Hope to meet you at AGM and possibly promise you to be at the Lapag session at your annual general meeting as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We are not leaving those. We know that there are some people online who joined online, about 70 people. So thank you so much. Please, let's clap for them. Let's clap for them.
Please, point of correction, we're 105 who joined online.
5, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Just a reminder before we take the closing remarks. So Color Box is around. So you visit them to purchase your products. If you don't have money on you right now, you can visit their website, Color Box Cosmetics, and the discount is still on up to a week from now, up to a week from today. So please do well to get your products. Then also K2 Shot It has their 360 video shoot stand outside, so pass by and do your little thing over there. And PSGH also has a stand. We have Lapag cloths and PSGH cloths also available, so you can go and get some for yourself. Okay, so now we'll take the closing remarks. Please, let's welcome Famlucia.
Thank you so much. Honestly, it's been a very exciting program.
I think that initially when this thinking came into play, we're a bit skeptical. People come, how will people take it? But overall, I think that it's been amazing. Dr. Loretta, do you agree? Would you invite us here next year? So please open your accounts. EcoBank is saying, please. So those online 105, please open the account. We have a target of 10 is okay. 10 accounts. 100, wow. Please, the president of PAJ says I should tell you that if you don't give us the opportunity to come next year, he'll take our account from here. And this is, good volume. So please, let's maintain it and come here. I think another reason why we actually had this program is because we have a lot of young pharmacists who sometimes complain that, it's difficult to get locum, and things like that, and they need a loan, it's a bit challenging. I think beyond all the challenges, it's important that we always find opportunities. So, celebrity bidder doesn't train, but it's important for you to learn things outside. If you can get Kunedi to teach you how to do makeup, you can start doing makeup for people at your church. You'll be surprised. You get people paying a fee here and there. And before you know it, you have good revenue. You don't really have to do any vices, things that you don't want to do to be able to get money, especially as ladies. So the main rationale is please try and do it yourself. And the story I told you about my daughter. So to be able to have exciting hairstyles, I started learning things off YouTube. And so I save between 30 to 100 or 200 cedis every week doing her hair. So I've started, I put in the ribbons, I bought very exciting ribbons, and it's really saving me a lot of money. So all I'm saying is the opportunities, even though there's difficulty, people don't know how to bake everything, but they want cookies here and there. People want makeup, people want clothes, to be able to change their styles here and there. I see people be able to change how their clothes look, and you can do it for a fee for people. So learn things, the hair. So thank you so much to our facilitators. Thank you for making this program a success. We hope that when we call you next year, you'll be here. And I'll personally make sure I buy from each person to encourage you so that you can, come along with us. K2 is a pharmacist. If you want to learn photography, he's a pharmacist. He's with Novartis, he's a rep. And he's making good money from Instagram. Please check him out on Instagram. He does my professional pictures for me. He's very good. So please make sure that you contact him. So learn other things. Not everybody can be a pharmacist. That's my take home. But a pharmacist can be a lot of things to a lot of people. Make sure that you do that, make money out of it, and be great out there. Thank you so much, and good evening.
Okay, so we'll now take the vote of thanks from Farm Nancy. And just a reminder, I forgot to mention, Farm Blessing made mention of some discount cards. So please do well to pass by her stand and pick them up before you leave. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you. No, it's fine. So we want to say a big thank you to God Almighty. Of course, He is the one who's brought us this far. Our second thanks will go to EcoBank. Dr. Loretta, thank you so much. Thank you for sponsoring this for us. Thank you for making this a success. PSGH President, thank you for gracing our occasion. We want to thank all those who were here. Madam Chair, thank you for coming. Thank you, Vice President. Thank you, Secretary. From Farida, thank you so much for coming. Thank you to those who have left, Auntie Amma, Auntie Yvonne. My moderators, please, thank you so much. From Linda and Auntie Nana online, thank you very much. Thank you to our Zoom team, IT. Hello, Mark and Michael, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and beyond your time. I know, but I'm grateful. Thank you to my team, my right-hand lady. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fam Kunedu. Thank you, Fam Blessing. Thank you to, a good day. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you to our sponsors, Color Box. Thank you to all the facilitators who brought their things here to be sold. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you present here. We couldn't have done this without you. Those online, so we are so grateful to you for making it. You are our biggest thank you goes to those online and those present. We couldn't have made the successes without you. So I'm grateful to you all. God bless you.
And on that note, I also want to thank the online participants. We couldn't have done this without the 105 of us who stayed on. Thank you very much. And back to you, Lady Farm SNM.
Okay, so now we want to take a closing prayer. And some people have been seated, like they haven't spoken. So, or someone volunteer, I should give them mic. I should pass the mic to the person who is spoken. Well, you've spoken, so I won't give it to you. Lady in brown, behind the one in yellow. Please, can you pray with us so that we close?
Please, let's pray. Master Jesus, we thank you this day. Thank you, Father, for bringing us here, for gathering us here. We pray, Father, for breathing your spirit upon us, for seeing us through this gathering. Lord, we thank you for whatever we've done here. We pray that whatever we've learned here, we'll put it in memory. We pray that, Lord, as we step out of here, you will be with us. May your presence not depart from us. So that at the end, glory and honor will be given to your name. This and many more we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Talk about the versatile pharmacist and all that. So I also started something recently. So I don't know if you took notes of some of the designs when the facilitators were coming to talk, the ones that had their profiles. So I did that. So I'm also doing that. I also have a podcast where I talk about health and pharmacy related stuff called Dose of Farm Life. So you can check it online, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Dose of Farm Life. Yes, so thank you so much for being here. Please do pass by the stands and get your goodies. Okay, thank you so much for coming.